Hello and welcome to Talk from Superheroes. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Ivemy.
And I'm Diana McCullum.
And you're listening to Talk from Superheroes, where every week we discuss a piece of heroic television or film. And this week on the podcast, we are talking about Tron Ares.
Tron Ares, Tron 3. If you're wondering how many Trons have been made, you haven't been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
It's the third Tron.
3 films. They had that one streaming series as well.
Yes, which people told us about after last week,
Yes.
which I didn't know about.
Yes.
Elijah Wood?
People seem to like it.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to check it out, but people do seem to like it.
We just found out about a fourth, I guess, Tron thing.
I already forgot the name of it.
Uprising?
I think that's it.
I want to say Uprising.
You've nailed it.
Don't know if it's canon to this film.
I imagine it has to be.
It has to be, is what you're saying.
Well,
I didn't see Elijah Wood anywhere.
It's all Disney and like it's the same. It's the people. It's the people.
Oh, the people. It's not a place. It's the people.
It's the people, and you got to keep that in mind
not a
about the whole
canon.
thing.
It's the people.
Yes, this is the third film in the Tron franchise. We were talking about it today. It is a new movie. It just came out recently in theaters, and as we do anytime we discuss a new movie, we are going to give you a spoiler-free review. So in case you're on the fence about seeing it, not sure if it's worth your time, we'll give you a spoiler-free review. Then once you hear the theme music, that is when we will enter the spoiler-filled section. So let's start with a spoiler-free review. The usual simple question. Diana, did you like it?
I didn't like it, but I liked it at first, and that was disappointing. It opened up and it had like good vibes, and the visuals were actually really cool. And it just like the music was going cool with what was going on for maybe like most of the first act. And then it just got to be a real slog and real repetitive, and all the same stuff was happening. And I hate Jared Leto, and he's real bad. And like there's not enough action scene, and there's not enough energy, and the soundtrack just kind of keeps repeating, or all the songs are the same. Also, it's the loudest movie ever since Tenet, and I felt physically sick. The chairs were shaking. I couldn't stomach this soundtrack. Like, not the music itself, but the mix, I guess. We have a brand new IMAX theater that we saw this movie in, so I don't know who to blame. We've seen movies in there a lot, and this is the only time that's happened to me where I'm like, I feel physically ill. And so I didn't like that. And the plot just doesn't come together. It's boring. You don't care about anybody. It's nonsense. It's 2 hours and dumb, but it's bad dumb, much like Tron Legacy, but Tron Legacy was fun dumb. So yeah, it really like loses me. The first act, I was kind of like, oh, maybe this is going to be like cool and look really neat and have vibes. And then I was like, never mind. This movie sucks. So I didn't like it overall, and it made me sick to my stomach. Andrew, did you like Tron Ares? I'm being so kind to the first act right now.
I didn't like it at all. It made me sick to my stomach. It's such a great pull quote review. Like that really
physically sick to my stomach.
It made me physically ill.
I shouldn't be able to touch my chair and it's shaking. I'm not in those 4D expensive chairs.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know if this was everyone's movie-going experience for those of you listening who did see it. Before I even lay personal opinion, I'll agree with you, Diana, that the volume mix was miserable. It was too loud to the point where it was like seeing a Nine Inch Nails concert, but if you were planted next to the wall of speakers, and you frankly should bring some kind of ear protection to not have permanent hearing loss leaving that concert. That was the feeling that I had, where I was like, I should have brought earplugs or some type of protection to prevent permanent long-term hearing loss. I'm personally kind of neutral. It doesn't unlock where I keep joy in my heart on the music of Nine Inch Nails, but I appreciate it and I recognize how fucking good it is. And I was just like, this mix is bad. This mix is bad. The chairs are moving. I can hear bolts in the ground come out of this theater. And it physically hurts. It physically hurts to listen to.
And the dialogue wasn't crushing us. It was just the soundtrack when it would come on. So it was miserable. And I go to concerts. I can listen to loud music. But not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this.
So that's just an aside. That might have been our experience, but I agree with you. The mix was bad. It was rumbling. It was too loud. It was too much. In terms of just personal opinion, I also think this movie is piss. I think this movie sucks. It's boring. It's miserable. It disrespects its audience. This feels like every bad cliche of what a Netflix movie is, of what a direct-to-streaming movie is. Every scene is what studios and networks now call second screen experience, where they expect you to be on your phone because every scene is every character telling you what happened in the last scene and who they are again, in case you haven't been paying attention, which gets pretty tiring over the course of 2 hours. If you like made-up newscasters telling you the plot to the film, this is the movie of the decade. I tell you that right now. You are going to get at least 20 to 30 newscasters who are going to tell you what the story of this movie is. I stopped counting after 12. I stopped counting after 12.
Counting?
I was counting because by 3, I was like, why is it a third different one and not just one actor they've locked in as the newscaster of this world?
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say it was max 12, but if you counted.
It is... If you like newscasters telling you the plot to the movie that you've been watching for 2 hours, it's the movie of the decade. It's fantastic. But yeah, it insults its audience. It's miserable. The sound mix is bad. It looks dull and boring. I didn't like a single... The writing is truly atrocious. I think there's like 3 fun things in here. I did have fun 3 times. It's not going to be all poo-poo. There was a couple of things where I'm like, okay, you got it. And I'm actually going to give the soundtrack a try. I haven't had a chance yet to listen to it, just audio only with my own mix and a decent set of headphones. So I'm going to give the soundtrack a try because I do trust the artistry that was put into that. Mm-hmm. So it's at least going to get that out of me. That is one thing that, even though I think the theater or whoever did the final mix screwed it up, I'm going to give that a try to see if I appreciate and like the artistry that's in there. So that might be one of the nicer things I have to say about it. Other than that, it's a movie that stars box office poison and noted sex creep Jared Leto. That's also produced by box office poison and noted sex creep Jared Leto. So if you like box office poison and noted sex creep Jared Leto, this is also the movie for you.
If you like the color red,
this is the movie for you.
You're gonna love this movie. Yeah, I'm gonna be kinder to this movie than you in a few ways, but like not by much. Because I actually think they did some things well, but it got so boring.
Yeah, super boring.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I can watch this for like 30, 45 minutes, and then like, never mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like watching like your music visualizer from the 90s for 2 hours.
I'm gonna say it's worse than that because I think Tron Legacy is that in the best way.
And Tron Legacy was fun.
And in this one, I don't think this goes into too many spoilers because I'll just summarize what is in the trailer. The premise is the computers coming to the real world. And one of the things that made the first and second film as exciting was being in a computer. In this one, when computers come to the real world, you get such exciting scenes as, in the previous 2, you would get scenes of Jeff Bridges driving a light motorcycle. In this one, you get exotic scenes such as Jared Leto driving a Honda Civic, a noted plot point that he drives a Honda Civic. So it's just the most boring version of everything imaginable. It has no joy or imagination or whimsy or wonder.
See, I will disagree on paper because like the light cycles come out and the things from the trailer, like the big floaty battle things come out. And there is possibly whimsy there, but it's like it's filmed and shot in the most boring way and edited together in a way that isn't exciting. Yeah. But that could have been cool. Like, oh, light cycles in the real world.
Could have been cool.
Could have been cool. It wasn't.
It could have been cool. But
it wasn't super cool, but like it could have been.
It could have been cool.
So I'm gonna say on paper there was some cool, like could have been cool.
I agree that there's a lot of potential here. One of the nice things I'll say about this, there's a lot of missed potential. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for sure.
Because
we like the first 2 Trons.
We did. And can it be spoiled?
There's like one part that surprised me that I liked. So I'll say like a little bit.
One of my positives will be a part that was surprising.
Yeah, we're gonna have that same positive.
We will have that same positive. So if you're going to see it anyway, and I cannot, in good conscience, advise anyone to go see this film that will hurt you. It will physically harm you, and it stars box office poison, noted sex cult sex pest Jared Leto. I cannot, in good conscience, recommend anyone see this, but if you are planning to see it for whatever reason, there's one light little fun surprise in there.
There's one light little fun surprise. You know what? It'll be on Disney Plus in a few months.
Maybe check it out there.
Maybe check it out then and just fast forward to the nice little surprise.
Or maybe just keep listening to this and let us spoil the whole thing for you. Let us now enter the spoiler-filled section and talk more about Tron Ares.
Ares.
All right, we have seen Tron Ares. We different degrees of didn't enjoy it. You liked it a little bit more than myself, which I'm glad for. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I had a couple of minutes of like, oh, maybe this will be good, and then never mind. Then I had a real never mind about it.
Yeah, I also had a real never mind. And here is the thing. As much as we have and will continue to absolutely dunk on notorious loser, impossible to work with, absolute sexual creep Jared Leto, I was still trying to go into this with an open mind because I'm like, it takes a community to make a film. Like, yes, he is the lead in it, and that is a gross and shitty decision, both financially, artistically, creatively, and personally for everyone who had to work with him. But there are thousands of people who work on a major motion picture. Anywhere from soundtrack who never encountered him to coworkers and stars who had to put up with his bullshit, that I want to be kind and fair and not have him taint what a bunch of people tried to pour their heart and souls into. And I was like, it's still just kind of a boring bummer. It's still, even aside from all of that, it's just kind of a boring bummer.
Yeah, even if someone else was playing Tron, or yes, he's not Tron, he's Ares, was playing Ares, like, it's still a bump. Like, just the vibes are that way. Mm-hmm. It's not just like when you're watching Morbius and you're like, Matt Smith's really good and Jared Leto's bringing this down.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
Because Matt Smith was really good in Morbius and Jared Leto brought it down. This isn't that. It's just like, yeah, this isn't going to be good no matter what. But also Jared Leto sucks. Personally, and not even a good actor.
He's not. I've said it before, but
he gives the vibes of a good actor.
He thinks he is.
He thinks he is, but even like as a youth, I was like, maybe I just thought he was cute. I was into him, and I thought he was a good actor back in the day.
Okay.
Of the early career, and like he gives the intensity of a man who's like, I take this very seriously, and I'm a good actor, and I method everything. And then you're like, no, but you're not good. It doesn't matter that you did the method. Sometimes the method doesn't work.
The work to reward ratio is the worst payoff that anyone is. It's the most investment for the shittiest results. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's classic Leto. And on top of this too, Leto insists on trying to be, and he never even gets really brought up in the conversation of method actors, but he wants to be known as a method actor because he keeps doing it. And really that just means treating everyone he works with shitty, which happened on the Justice League films of like, here's a condom, I'm twisted. And it's like, no, you're just shitty to work with and frankly abusive.
And happened in Morbius?
In Morbius, he was in a wheelchair and refused to get out and shit himself multiple times that PAs had to clean him up. And it's like, wow, you suck that you did that to other people. In this one as well, reportedly he was in character for everyone all of the time, with the exception of Jeff Bridges. And this is where I think that the concept of method acting falls apart for me, because it's always some absolute bullshit. The same thing happened, I think, with like Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, where it was like he was always in character, but not when Robert De Niro was on set for that day. He did leave character for Robert De Niro.
He wasn't going to fuck around with Robert De Niro.
I'm like, oh, so basically what you're saying is you stay in character except for people that you respect. And what a coincidence. The people you don't respect seem to always be women and people of color. You human garbage. Flush yourself down a toilet.
Or just like anyone that you think's below you, like ADs, directors, the production, the casting. Obviously, you're just costuming. You're probably being a dick to everybody because you play characters who are dicks. But also, like, this is such a weird movie to be like, I'm in character all the time. Like, you don't even have a character.
Yes.
You have nothing. So, I mean, maybe that's a relief. Maybe like, oh, this guy ain't talking. That's great. I love that he's in character. He's just quiet in the corner and thinks about how he might feel rain. How about rain feels?
On the scale of Jared Leto's method acting,
this is the best one.
Here's a used condom and a bullet. I shit myself and I stand quietly. Mwah. What a blessing. What a blessing for a loser to do.
Maybe that was a gift someone was giving Hollywood of like, we're gonna give Jared Leto the quiet role to just kind of keep him in a corner for a couple months while he films this.
That's interesting. I like that.
Just like a distracted role.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he doesn't get any creepo roles.
So he doesn't get the creepo roles.
Not a creepo in this.
Here's how bad an actor he is in this. This made us laugh out loud. Is that sometimes, much like a Terminator T-1000 in this movie, you get like the robot vision. His vision is he scans the room, and it's like scan someone's face. They're blah, blah, blah. They live at this address. And it's classic, like, I'm a robot kind of vision. And then, as his character arc is supposed to be, I was a robot, but I'm now an AI that's evolving into a full sentient life form. We get that overlay that tells us the emotions he's feeling because he's unable to convey it with his performance, because it's just Jared Leto being a robot, and then it cuts to the robot vision, and it's like feeling empathy. The feeling of empathy is occurring right now. And then it just cuts back to Jared Leto being a shitty actor again, and it's the equivalent of Kevin Sorbo in Hercules yelling, disappointed, because he doesn't know what stage directions are, because no one ever taught him how to act in any way.
It felt like, to me, more like in a video game when you get prompts of the emotion you want to convey during dialogue.
Yeah.
It's like, convey sympathy or attack. Like, those are your like two dialogue prompt choices. And it's like, oh, he chose empathy.
Yes.
And we have to put it on the screen because it's the only way.
That was his branching dialogue. This is his BioWare game. Yep. Yeah.
But yes, absolutely terrible that they were like, this is the only way people are going to know this is about empathy right now. Because it's not on his face and it's not in his voice. And
it's not in the script either.
Also a man who probably doesn't even understand what empathy is.
Yeah.
So not a great like main character trait for his character to have. Because that means that if he truly was in character while filming this movie, he would have had to been empathetic to everyone he came into contact with. And that definitely didn't happen.
He did not.
That absolutely didn't happen.
He did not.
Instead, he probably tried to fight you with a circle.
Yeah.
All the time.
That I believe.
Or a square or whatever, a triangle.
He had a triangle, yeah.
Because the red guys get triangles.
Yeah.
And the good guys get circles.
Yeah. Oof. Woof.
Woof. He sucks.
Let's move away from Jared Leto.
Let's move away from Jared Leto. He's not worth our time.
He's not worth our time.
We're done with this man.
Real stinker.
Should we go into like the one big positive or do a couple more stinkies?
I mean, yeah, we can go. Let's go right into a big positive.
Let's go into the big positive.
Let's have fun.
Let's see if we have the same one. I'm probably sure we will. I loved when he went into the original Tron.
It's very good.
I didn't love that he was there, but I liked being in the original Tron. Also because the soundtrack stopped every time they went in there, and my stomach felt better.
I agree.
Also, it felt nice. It just felt nice. I didn't expect it, first of all.
Yeah.
I especially didn't expect like original Tron, not like Tron Legacy. So we're on like original Tron. Jared Leto doesn't fit in there in a way that like isn't what they're going for. He just isn't nice, so it doesn't look nice that he's in there. He doesn't have a nice face. But the original Tron is just lovely. He gets in the old car, and it's like it's just old Tron. And then Jeff Bridges is there, and it's all nostalgic, and it's lovely in there. It's lovely in old Tron.
Yeah, the single bit bobbing around, giving them binary answers of a yes no.
Going through that same hole in the wall from the original Tron.
The same hole in the wall is so good.
He comes out through the laser from Tron Legacy. This is like the only thing that connects it to the Tron movies at all.
It feels right. It just feels right.
It feels right. And then
it looks good too. Crisp. This cool, like they did the visual effects right, but they kind of moved the camera around and they modernized it without kind of shitting on what it was too much, which is just the right, a gentle hand of visual effects was laid here, and I really liked it.
I also really, really liked it. And then to like immediately make it a negative about the movie though, it's when the best part of your movie is the nostalgia part for the old movies, that means your movie really sucks.
Yeah. Yep. It means that people want the old movie and not this movie.
The old movie and not movie. It's like the reverse of like Alien Romulus, where everything from nostalgia, like the robot, was like, this sucks, and the rest of this movie slaps.
Interesting poll. I agree with that.
Whereas this movie is like, oh, the nostalgia bit was great, and the rest of the movie sucks.
The rest of this movie sucks pretty bad.
But yeah, it was just so nice to be in there. Jeff Bridges getting to be like, You're fucked up, man.
He's just having fun, just like, the constant, like, wow, man, that's a great way to think about it. Good luck out there.
It's more like impermanence. Am I right?
I just blew my own mind.
He did blow his own mind.
He's somehow high as a computer program. He's just like, oh, I just came up with that.
Flynn rules.
Flynn rules.
Flynn always rules.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Flynn's in like a Dream Blunt rotation. You know what I mean? Like, you put Flynn in there. Yeah, he's the guy.
I don't, like, that's what the lights are. They're just like, you're getting blazed.
Yes.
That's why everything's lit up.
Yeah. I'm putting Flynn above the dude for Jeff Bridges' characters I want to chill with. It's Flynn.
Oh, yeah, it's Flynn. Because also he likes video games and he's a nerd, but he's chill as hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could play video games and just kind of chill out and vibe with Flynn. Where I'm like the dude, I'm like, something's going on.
Something's going on. I don't know how
I don't like your friends.
How many White Russians can I drink?
Yeah.
Can you drink?
It's a heavy milk-based drink.
I like milk.
I get it, but you shouldn't be having multiples of those in a night with the alcohol, is what I'm saying. So yeah, Flynn is just a blessing. Jeff Bridges is wonderful. A blessing. The visual effects of the 70s style was great. So I really like it as well.
Yeah, it was a really nice like reprieve of the shitty movie we were in. It's like, oh, and now a little break into the original Tron.
Yeah.
Now, I think also the most important thing that we learned in this movie, wildly important, super relevant to this podcast, they're not tiny humans. We got the answer. We got the definitive answer on if they are code or if they are tiny humans, almost as if they had seen last week's episode.
Yeah, there was no way to know until we saw this movie.
Hey, a bunch of people agreed with me. We did a poll. It wasn't 0.
It wasn't 0.
They could have been tiny. But yes, very, very emphatically in this movie, they're like, yeah, we take the biological people and we codify them and we make them digital. And it's like, if they go back out, we make them new bodies. I'm like, oh, so it was like the transporter buffer.
It was like the...
Andrew was right. Yeah. So Andrew was right, everybody.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I'll take it.
But we did have a little slap fest when that happened.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you got to slap the shit out of each other in that scenario. In that scenario, you got to slap the shit out of each other. So it's confirmed that they are digitized. Yeah. And then some people are realized. And they got 30 minutes.
Realized.
I just pulled that.
And then you get like super realized?
And then you can get super permanent realized instead of the 30-minute window. So that's the whole premise of this movie, is that the people can leave, but they only get 30 minutes in the real world.
Yeah.
And then there's a CEO who wants to sell it to the military, but that never really comes around to be a thing. There's a lot of plot devices going on in this movie that do not need to be there. There are a dozen real world characters all talking about like the gigaflop terabytes are affecting the stock price of the next quarterly fiscal results, but if we don't merge by the end of this calendar day, and it's just like, it's a lot of business gobbledygook. It kind of felt like some Star Wars Episode 1 opening crawl of like, there's a trade blockade. And I'm like, this is a movie where we are a computer. I could not give less of a shit about any of these stakes.
There's weird stakes that aren't stakes. Like Encom is like relaunching the game Flynn created. And that's like a big plot point in the first act. It's like that's like what gets hacked and it gets shut down. And that's what you're not Ali Hassan. Who are you? Sorry about your...
Oh, Hassan Minhaj. Hassan Minhaj.
Hassan Minhaj. And that's what his whole plot point is about. He's in charge of the games element. And he's like, we're relaunching the game. And it literally doesn't come up in the second and third act again at all.
They have like a conference that's like I don't know if that's supposed to be like a Gamescom or like a stockholder thing.
The first thing was the launch of the game.
Okay.
It was like the launch of like the relaunch of the game.
Okay.
But like, yeah.
And it gets hacked.
But then like the game doesn't matter.
It has nothing to do with anything.
It has nothing to do with anything. So the game doesn't matter. Although I actually I did like the visual of like, I do think it was actually the right level of dumb fun, showing that hacking was just Jared Leto like breaking into a building and
Yeah.
his soldiers. I'm like, that's actually a fun visual of what the programs do for once.
And I think one of the good like action scenes in the movie as well, where I'm like, this is fun and it's in the computer and you're not driving a Honda Civic and it's actually pretty playful. And I'm like, this is imagination. I'm witnessing imagination right now, and I'm having a really good time doing that.
Yeah, the first act has some fun things going on because then they've highlighted that Jared Leto and the red guys are like way better fighters because their security is way better, so they're super outnumbered, but they still win. It's like, oh, that was a cool in the computer fight scene, and I like that that's what hacking is and how you're getting into places is just Jared Leto's a better fighter. It's like it makes sense on like for me as a human to interpret what the code's doing.
Yeah.
So it was fun in that way. And then for some reason Cameron Monaghan's there for like one line.
And I'm like, you're bigger than this.
You're like, did you just really love Tron?
Maybe.
And you were like, I just give me one line in Tron.
Let me do something. I don't know.
So that was weird. But what was I? Oh yeah, all the plot points. Yeah, and then Gillian Anderson's there, like for some reason doing stuff about the board and how she's like not disappointed in her son, but she is. And I'm like, this movie could have been an hour 20.
Yeah.
Like there's like 3 sidekick characters for the main girl. She's got an assistant. Then there's like 2 other people. The girl from Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and then the girl from Yellow Jackets is, I think, the assistant to Hassan Minaj's character, who's the interim CEO while she's on hiatus. I'm like, you've got a 5-person crew. Some of you don't have lines. One of you is the comedic relief, and that guy seems pretty good at it, but he's delivering lines to no one, and no one ever reacts to him as well. So it's just brutal to witness. It's just way too many people. And
like Dillinger's got way too many people on his side. The good guys have way too many people. There's a bunch of people in the computer. I can't emphasize enough the first 2 Tron movies have 3 characters.
yes. Yep.
3 characters in each movie.
3 in each movie. And in this, the discussing of how, like, what you mentioned of, like, the Gillian Anderson's character, I want to kind of lock in on that as just such an epitome of wasted potential, because it's Gillian Anderson, first of all. Praise.
You don't waste her.
You don't waste her. She's phenomenal. She's wonderful. She's an absolute treasure. And there's no reason for this character to exist here. It starts with, like, the movie has all these opening things to be like, Encom's this company, and it used to belong to Flynn, and then he disappeared. His son Sam Flynn took it over, and he left for personal reasons. Don't worry about it. And these 2 twins took over, but now there's only one of them. They weren't twins, they were sisters. One sister went away. And it's all this, and they're like, and their competitor is Dillinger,
I believe.
And Gillian Anderson is like, when my father died and left it to me, but then I stepped down, and now I've left it to you, son, but I want it back. So I've gone to the board to get it back from you after I stepped down. I had a 14% profit last year. What is it that you're doing? I'm stopping you. I'm dead. And none of that had, and she literally is just someone who's like, I did a bunch of things, and now I'm dead.
But she didn't do anything.
No, she did things.
In the past.
Off screen in the past. Mm-hmm. And now she is around.
But she didn't affect the plot in any way.
In
you can
zero
completely
ways.
remove her from this movie.
Yes.
And that should never be a thing you say about Gillian Anderson.
No.
She should be integral.
Absolutely
she
integral.
Should be the linchpin of whatever you're filming if you're lucky enough to get Gillian Anderson.
Couldn't agree more.
I completely agree.
Complete waste.
Absolutely ridiculous. But then this movie's too long and it's got too many characters, but then they also clearly deleted some stuff. What was with the security guard and the sling?
I can't.
What was with the security guard and the sling?
I can't tell because, like, some of the fight choreography was shit. When Ares, Jared Leto's character, first comes out of the computer, he attacks 2 random guards, but we never see their face. But this is the guard with who'd gotten FaceTime, and now he's in a sling. So I'm like, were you supposed to be one of the, like, very quick close-up shaky cam, I saw an arm get sloshed around guys? Maybe.
But he was the guy who was in the helicopter who shot the girl with the digital gun.
So clearly deleted.
But like, how injured could he have been if he was in the helicopter with the gun?
Fully agree.
But then there's no scenes of him between sling and helicopter.
Yeah.
He just like fell down off screen, I guess.
Yep.
And then got like the shittiest sling ever. You didn't go to a real doctor? That is some like rags.
It was rags, poorly tied. It was bad wardrobe. It was very bad wardrobe.
It was very bad wardrobe. Your henchman would be in like a proper hospital-esque sling.
Yeah, it didn't fit right. It wasn't tied right. So clearly some deleted scenes there. There's also clearly some opening deleted scenes around Dillinger as a company, because there's the scene where the main villain guy, played by Evan Peters, is like giving the demonstration of like, I can take things out of a computer and make them real. It's like a crazy 3D printer.
It's a really fast 3D printer.
Yeah, it can make a tank that actually works
That's pretty
immediately. Good. It's really cool. And he's doing this, and it's like a bunch of like military generals and stuff. And there was one like hot lady in a fur coat that they kept doing close-ups of, and clearly it was meant to be, I forget the name of like Lex Luthor's love interest in the recent Superman, and also the
Tess.
Yeah.
Or Eve Tessmacher.
So I think it's meant to be that, to be like there's clearly some scenes where he is a dumb CEO with like an arm candy thing, but it's like a bunch of military generals and one supermodel in a fur coat and sunglasses instead of safety glasses, and they keep giving her close-ups. And when Ares comes out and does the Terminator vision, it has a name and a bunch of detail for her as if she's important. But then like there's like just a bunch of edits around her and then some random close-ups. I'm like,
And then
okay,
she never comes back.
So you're someone as well. A couple of.
No, I completely forgot about. I thought she was a journalist, but like on his payroll,
Something.
like in charge of like press or something for him.
Yeah, and a couple bad like Madam Web level ADRs where I'm like, oh, you've changed these lines a little bit as well.
I thought the assistant was like completely ADR, the main girl's assistant.
Oh, interesting.
Whereas he's just like kind of like Jack Black in Borderlands, just like trying to fill the air while they do boring computer stuff with anything that could be slightly entertaining.
I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity, to be like, there was no one else in the car with him. He is just delivering quips into the ether.
I'll just do quips and you can use whatever you want. I'll just go. And he's doing a great job, but like it never shows his mouth. It just keeps showing her like putting discs in.
Yeah.
And that one long scene, I'm like, I think he just went nuts and they used whatever they liked the best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think that gets to the core of why like this story doesn't work. And the stories of Tron don't need to work. I would say that the first two Tron movies, that's why they're 2 hours and dumb minutes long. The first two Tron movies are essentially like, hey, there's a computer, there's antivirus, we're in the computer. Does this look good?
Whoa, it's all bright in here.
And that's it. And it's like, it happens so fast in the first two where it's technobabble gobbledygook, you know, what was
biodigital jazz?
It's biodigital jazz, man. To quote Flynn from the second film.
The first two movies are biodigital jazz.
Jazz, where it's like, we're making this up. In this one, there's so many characters and they're trying to be so sincere and so much exposition that they're not willing to have fun, but there's also no emotional core to these characters. So like the quip monster kind of played the funny friend, Seth, played by Arturo Castro, who I think is delivering comedic lines very well to nothing. But it's like, who is he? Is he your friend? Your enemy? How long have you worked with him? What is his growth? What is his arc? You know, the main character of Eve, it's like, I'm someone whose sister died. And boy, do we say that every scene. But what does that mean? Who am I? Who am I trying to grow into? I don't know who's Hassan Minaj's character.
Who's Hassan Minaj's character?
The interim CEO who's mad that she's not here. But I'm like, do we like him? Do we want him to take over the company? What are his wants and dreams? I don't know what anyone's goals, wants, or dreams are. And to spend this much time with all of these people, I need to feel something, because it's not a 2-hour music video like Tron Legacy was. And it's not a world-shattering CGI revolution like the first was. So you gotta be a movie. And it's not a movie.
Have you considered being a movie?
Yeah.
Now, I will slightly disagree, because I think on paper, I actually like the core of this plot of the permanence code.
Okay.
Because it's silly, technobabble like the first two movies. That's the silly technobabble of it's just a silly MacGuffin that's in the computer. It's like we have to go in the computer to get the silly MacGuffin, and it's called the permanence code.
I can get on board with this.
And I actually think that works really well of tying in the original one of like, we can't make people, but somehow Flynn was able to come in and out and not die in 29 minutes. So he had a way to do it. So I like this idea of like, we have to go back to the original because he could do it before, obviously, because he has done it several times. So I think that actually ties in the original Trons really well. It's like, it's just a nice MacGuffin to have. The code's on a USB drive. It creates tension. It's easy enough to understand. But then like, yes, there's so many characters around it, and there's so much stocks and Dead Sister and the games being released, and we're in the Arctic for some reason. There's so much around it that it gets really like muddy when the core of this movie is get the cool code.
Couldn't agree more.
And if that was all the movie was, because like Evan Peters' character actually does have motivations and knows what he wants. He wants the fucking code.
Yes.
His stocks are going to go down, and he wants the code, and he wants his mom to be proud of him. I'm like, you're the only character, I don't really like you, but you're at least fully fleshed out.
You make sense.
You make sense. And I would disagree that they keep bringing up that sister died, because I wasn't sure she was dead for quite a while, because her little like message she left is like, I'm always with you, and they just like don't seem to know where she is. I'm like, is she in the grid?
I think there's also, I
kept expecting her to be in the grid.
I think they were trying to have it both ways, to be like, if we want to put her in the grid in a future movie, we can. And I'll save that for later, but the whole setup for future movies that aren't going to happen
what do you mean?
Is a whole other thing. But I agree with you. There is a clean MacGuffin here. It is the, like, there is a special code. There's a special boy, and we need to get the special boy, and then we can all be special boys. That's a very simple, straightforward thing.
It's simple, it's straightforward. It works in every movie. We know why there's only one of it. We know where it is. We know why everyone wants it.
In the first one, it's a person. In the second one, it's a disc. And then in this one, where it becomes weird is that, and muddy, is that they're in the Arctic to get it from a floppy drive, and then they get it and move it to a USB drive, which she has, and then she breaks. So now it's destroyed, but it never was the USB drive. It was her. So they've got to get her into the thing, but they actually never get her into the thing, and Ares goes into a different thing to meet Jeff Bridges. So it's like, there's like 5 of these out there. It's not a MacGuffin. It's a series of MacGuffins that change shape, form, and everything according to what the convenience of the scene is.
Yeah, there's 3 different places to get the MacGuffin, and that's not how MacGuffins work.
Yeah.
You gotta have the one.
The one place.
The one place.
Yeah, and where I think the movie treats us as stupid as well, where it's just like I'm like, no, you're stupid, movie.
You're 2 hours dumb.
You're 2 hours dumb, is that it's things like her going in and being like, I've got now this USB key, which has the special code on it that'll make things permanent people for real. And I put it in my pocket. And now there's a chase scene, and I've taken it out of my pocket. A close-up of it on my pocket, me going, phew, this is the source code. I'm like, I know, I was here 4 minutes ago. I've been watching this movie. There was no, like, did I almost lose? There was nothing.
Nothing. And then she just puts it back in her pocket.
And that's it. And I'm like, this really was a second screen experience of, like, a movie studio being like, people are on their phones and not watching. It's wildly insulting to take it out again. But then also be like, I broke it. But also that's not the plot anymore. It's meaningless. I'm like, well, then why did you treat me like I was stupid and then you got dumber?
It's dumb for a movie to do it. I will say it's very real to keep checking there's a thing in your pocket.
That is real as shit. You got me.
I would do it, but that's not like what the movie's saying. The movie's not like, isn't it charming that it's so relatable that she keeps checking her pocket to make sure the USB drive is there? Because I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
But the movie's just making a mistake, and I'm making excuses for that. Unnecessarily.
Classic you.
For no particular reason.
Classic you.
Classic me.
Yeah. I
was gonna say I have one more positive, which I do like writing wise, which isn't like fully executed great, but I love a ticking clock. Ticking clocks are so good for stakes, for getting things going, for like feeling like you have a limit. So this 29 minutes until you die is like great overall. It's not used super well. Like the flashes to the clock are always too fast, and I can never see how much time they have left.
Yeah, and it's always in a different place on the screen.
Yes, it's never in the
It's never in the same place.
And sometimes there's two of them. Sometimes it's like Athena has 3 minutes left and Ares has 2 minutes and 55 seconds, but like they're not lined up with each other for me to see clearly how much each of them have left.
It's bad UI.
It's bad UI, but on paper, it's like a thing I love in action movies. I love a ticking clock. I always think things need a ticking clock. There always needs to be a time limit to get us on board with like how fast things have to move. And I've never seen one used so badly.
Yeah.
So badly. Like, and then they wouldn't even use it until like the final, like it wouldn't get down to the final second. Like when Ares was trying to go into like the Flynn Tron, the old Tron world grid, they're like, we've got the thing set up. And he's like, you have 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And they got it set up and they're like, we're ready. And they still had 1 minute and 15 left. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty breezy.
Yeah.
We got a lot of time left, I guess. It's like, do you guys know how a ticking clock works in cinema?
Yep.
You got to do it at the last second.
And then in that scene as well, when they're putting Ares inside the thing, and he's like, we still got a little bit. Let me think about what to do. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to run at her and make a sacrifice play. But then that doesn't happen also. They still send him in. I'm like, all right. So we just kind of stood around twiddling our thumbs for a minute for no particular reason.
Yeah, like cinematically, this was like not as tight as it could have been. Like I understand why it's a good idea to like have him choose to do the sacrifice play and get sent in anyway because it builds his character up and it makes you like him more. His empathy. They wrote on the screen empathy. As
they wrote the word empathy to let you know that he's feeling empathy.
He jumped through the window to do a sacrifice play and said empathy on the screen. Would have probably be what they should have done. But so I get why writing wise you did it. But yeah, just like execution wise, it's like, how long are we going to... And he even says it. He's like, Athena's not going to attack. She's waiting out the clock. And I'm like, that's boring. She should attack you.
You're going for a standoff vibe, but you're really getting more of a like... We're waiting in an elevator to get to our destination kind of a vibe.
Yeah, that is more of the vibe that's going on.
Yeah.
And also, I will say, I'm very disappointed how few fight scenes are in this movie.
Yeah.
For a movie that starts off with, I've died 1,000 times and made myself the greatest fighter ever, to have only like 2 fight scenes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
it.
One
of them's the hacking scene, which actually is pretty fun. And then he fights Athena at the end and a couple random henchmen. And it's like, it's not really fine, but there's so much light and the camera's moving way too much. And it never just is like, look at this cool choreography.
Yeah. Well, and I think, too, they really go out of their way. That helmet that he's wearing in the first segment of the movie rips. It's so cool. The helmet he keeps waking up wearing when he's training to be the ultimate goddamn fighter. And then within seconds, they're like, Jared Leto's got to be here. And they keep showing Jared Leto. And I'm like, you don't understand what a buzzkill this is. Put the helmet back on. The stunt person in the helmet
is doing a great job
and is frankly the star of this movie. And every moment the helmet's off and I can see Jared Leto, I'm screaming mentally, where's the stunt person in the helmet? Because it sucks to look at him. So yeah, it's that's why I think like that beginning section, it's like he's training to be a fighter. He's hacking into the thing. And I'm like, this stunt person is a great movie star. And then they really are like classic superhero thing to be like, well, we got to show the actor's face. And you really don't in this scenario. You especially don't in this scenario.
You can really save those Jared Leto face reveals.
Yeah. Let's maybe get stingy with it.
Because it especially felt silly because, like, you know, the robots can look like whatever they want to, but like he'd be like, he's the greatest fighter of all time and he's in the helmet, and even when his face is showing, I'm like, okay, and then his helmet will completely go away and I'm like, his long loose hair, that's not what the greatest fighter ever has. He's got a ponytail if his hair is long.
He looks like someone I can and do bully.
And
I'm doing it right
now. Yes, we're actively bullying. We've been bullying him for several movies
Absolutely. Now. Even in the fictional reality that he is a robot-trained fighter, I'm like, you're still not good enough for me to not bully. Look at you.
We're going to beat you up some more.
You visibly suck.
He does.
And I mentioned it off the top. But the whole idea of like the first two movies being like, we're on light bikes, we're doing this thing, and why the first little bit of this movie works is like, we're hacking into another machine. It's a bunch of stunt people doing cool things. This is a movie where we see Jared Leto drive a normal motorcycle, a Honda Civic, and be a passenger in a minivan. Those are three regular vehicles that we see the action hero star of this lump of clay star of this movie be in. And I can't imagine a more boring thing. Yeah, if someone said to me a year ago to be like, the next Tron movie is going to come out, and here are three of the vehicles that you will see the lead action hero drive: regular motorcycle, minivan, Honda Civic. I would be like, someone died at the studio and the stink is filling up everything.
Well, he does drive a light cycle, but he gets like the shorter light cycle fight because Athena does most of it.
Yes.
Because the Athena chase is more of the light cycle chase. Crazy that the light cycle just like is a laser beam in the real world. That seems like way huger implications than humanity, that you can make humans.
Yeah.
Also, so many implications to making humans. Holy shit.
Oh, there's an infinite amount
slavery
of morality.
Yeah. But also, they just repeated the Tron Legacy plot. Even at the end, I was actually surprised at the end that they basically admitted it when they're like, and Olivia Wilde was basically also just a human machine at the end of 2.
We already did this.
We already did. She wasn't a soldier, but only because Jeff Bridges is cool and didn't train her to be. He did train her to be a soldier, but also she read Jules Verne and she was more fleshed out. Yeah. This guy likes that one line in Frankenstein.
Born creepy yesterday is such a weird trope.
Oh, shit. New trope.
A new trope. He was born creepy yesterday. He is a man with no personality other than he has one quote from Frankenstein that he'll quote to you, and he's read all of your text messages.
He's born a stalker.
He's born stalker yesterday.
You'd think he'd be better at acting this. Because he's creepy.
Yeah.
But still, nothing comes through.
Nothing comes through.
Nothing comes through that screen from this man. He is the most charmless nothing that I like. I don't believe when he's robotic, and I don't believe when he's trying to be charming and talking about Depeche Mode and shit.
Yeah, the charming stuff doesn't work either.
Charming stuff doesn't work at all. Jeff Bridges is eating you alive.
Eating him up.
1,000%. I'd be so embarrassed if I was Jared Leto.
Yeah. And I will say, credit to Greta Lee. As much as I don't like the writing of this film, and I don't think it gives her a lot, there is a moment there where I sincerely believed that she had a human emotion towards Jared Leto.
Yeah, they wrote it on the screen. She was being empathetic.
But when she's talking about her sister, I'm like, you are actually selling chemistry with this man, and that is that there needs to be a special consideration Oscar for that. So I think she does really good, being given very little.
The best acting with a creep.
Best acting with a creep. That would be, frankly, a weirdly competitive Oscar category.
It would be there would be a lot of interesting nominees in Best Acting with a Creep.
Best Acting with a Creep. Yeah. Yeah. You can open up with like Best Acting, Best Supporting Actor in next to a problematic person. That would be a weirdly competitive category. Yeah.
It'd be a fun awards show to do.
Yeah.
You should figure that out.
I think the last thing that I want to mention was just the setup for a sequel that will not happen.
Oh, God. In so many ways.
In so many ways, where they're like, Olivia Wilde's definitely going to be back. Have you signed her on? Are we moving forward with this?
Is this a paparazzi photo you took of her at the end? She didn't seem to agree to this.
I don't think she agreed to this.
Because I waited until the credits came on because I was very curious, because famously in whatever Fast and Furious movie was the one after she died, Gal Gadot got a credit for just being in a photo.
Right. Gal Gadot's character died.
Yeah, Gal Gadot's character. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
What?
I just want to clip after the sentence, famously after she died.
Oh, you know what? Fair. Gal Gadot's still alive, last I checked. But yes, the movie after her character died, she literally just appears in like one new photo, and she got like full credit in the opening. So I waited for the credits to see if Olivia Wilde had a credit for this new photo, and she didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't think she agreed to this.
This might just be a licensed photo that they got.
Yeah, that they own from like the first drop.
And they're like, I'm sure this is going to be such a hit that she will definitely sign on to work with Jared Leto.
Oh, and
imagine anything she'd do less. She produces her own movies.
She's like doing great.
She's doing
They're
just
bombing
fine.
a little, but she's like still working. You leave her alone. Don't you creep on this woman, Jared Leto. That probably wasn't even the script. He's like, I brought a photo of Olivia Wilde. That's just my personal photo.
I've been creeping on everyone.
I've been reading her text messages. Empathetic. But Evan Peters is also in the computer.
And
So we got 2 sequel setups for Tron 4.
The evil CEO who didn't murder his mom, but is being hunted for murdering his mom, is now in a computer. And Jared Leto's going to go look for Olivia Wilde. And and
that's going to be Tron 4 in 15 years.
We're never going to hear anything about any of that again. Oh, boy.
I mean, it does take 15 years for each Tron. Also, Jared Leto's like way older than you think he is. He's going to be super old by then.
Oh, no shit. The man whose eye veins I could see in the movie.
Okay, you also noticed the weird eye vein?
Yeah.
It was popping like crazy.
Yeah. No, he's not a young action star. But he sure is the producer of this film as well.
Oh, and that's Tron Ares, I guess. That's my Tron Ares.
And that's my Tron Ares. I'm feeling pretty good. I said all of the pissy things that I needed to say about this. Thank you for going along with me on this ride. I know I can be a bit much when I dislike a thing.
I agreed on most of it, and we played around a little.
All right. Well, let's go.
We did our jobs.
We did our jobs. Well, let's go in for the close. Let's ask the final question of what would you change. So now that we have discussed everything we have discussed, what would you change about this if you could change anything? Before we do ask the final question, we'll remind you all, as we do every week, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podcast Addict, YouTube, wherever it is that you get these, by simply hitting that subscribe or follow button. It lets the algorithm know that you like the show, and it makes it more likely that we get recommended to new listeners, which is how we find new fans who hopefully stick around for life. And as well, if you do want to support the podcast monetarily, you can do that over on our Patreon page, which is a monthly subscription service. You can subscribe at whatever level is in your budget, including free. There's a free option where we'll send you some cool bonuses as well. But then also there's options where at the $1 level you get our webcomic early, $3 gets you these episodes early and ad-free, $10 will get you an exclusive bonus episode every single month. This month we did Marvel Zombies. So lots of cool stuff over on the Patreon page.
Lots of cool stuff on the Patreon. And also for the free members this month, we released our old episode on Tron. The first Tron was a Patreon-only episode. Only patrons could hear it. But we wanted to let you be able to get the whole trilogy.
Get the whole vibe.
So if you sign up to be a free member on our Patreon, you can listen to our Tron episode. It's right there for you.
So lots of different options, and things like if you sign up for a year, you can get 1 month free, or if you do the monthly, there's no obligation. You can always change your subscriber level on any given month if your finances change. So check out all the options over at patreon.com/fromsuperheroes. That is patreon.com/fromsuperheroes. And now, let's go in for the close. Let's ask the final question. Now that we have discussed everything we have discussed, Diana, what would you change about this if you could change anything?
Oh, man, so many things. First of all, we're going to remix that sound because it hurt my ears and my tongue. It's not supposed to do that. So we're going to remix the sound. We're going to recast Jared Leto. He shouldn't be here. Get the fuck out of here, Jared Leto. A couple options. These are just kind of people who have played soldiers before who have emotions. So I'm like Chris Evans, Jensen Ackles, Sebastian Stan. I'm good with any of you people for Ares. And also, Idris Elba came to mind.
Interesting.
And I think that's more of an interesting choice. But So these are my recast options for Ares. Just some guys who I think would be more fun and not sex pests, as far as I know. And then my biggest change is I love a ticking clock, as I said. So I'm going to change almost the complete structure of this. When Ares leaves, and he's like his last time he's allowed to leave the grid because he's got 29 minutes left, it's actually going to be like an hour left. And then this movie's in real time from that point on. And whatever they're trying to accomplish, he's like only got an hour. And I really like this idea of like, we're not just going to like immediately go into the old Tron and the ticking clock didn't matter at all. Like he's got an hour to live and he has no backup plan. Like this is it. This is his only shot. If he's going to sacrifice play, he's going to die. So I don't have like all of the beats figured out, but I really like a clock that's ticking and it makes you be like, oh shit, he's going to die. This is the only shot. Everything he's gonna like start bleeding, and then he can't redigitize himself or whatever. So that makes it more interesting to me. And we're gonna cut probably 8 characters out of this. There's a lot to change in Tron Ares. Andrew, what would you change?
I'm with you. I really like that. I think 1 hour is way cleaner because as it was right now, the whole 30-minute thing, it was 30 minutes, but then also they were rebooting Athena and it kept coming back. And
also where can you even get in 30 minutes? What do you mean you're driving anywhere? You're not going to get back to the warehouse.
I love your idea of almost being in real time. 1 hour is so much cleaner. I'm 1,000% on board for that. I'm going to stick with one very powerful change, and it's one that you glanced upon, and it's the most obvious one, which is replace Jared Leto with literally anyone else. A rock, a curtain, a blade of grass. It does not need to be a human actor, a dog, Air Bud, whatever you want to do. Anything is better than him.
Whoever that stunt guy was.
Here is my very quick and very easy lateral change. You have Cameron Monaghan in this movie.
You have Cameron Monaghan in this movie.
Who, at the time of recording this podcast, October 9th, 2025, as far as I understand, is not a sex criminal. And in fact is a very talented actor that people enjoy working with. Cameron Monaghan as well. Great actor, young, cool, can play stoic and then can play the release of that into emotion really well. I actually think that a dude with red hair as well, which plays into the whole Red Ares thing really. I think he would rip as a character like this of hey, I'm cool, I'm brooding, I'm a sexy 30-year-old murder machine who is now feeling my first emotion. And he, I think, would sell the living shit out of that. And it wouldn't solve every script issue, but it would solve the issue of one gigantic sex pest who can't act.
I love this because also I forgot that Cameron Monaghan was a totally non-problematic Joker as well.
Yeah.
Because he was Gotham's Joker.
Yeah.
So, you want a Joker in your Tron movie? You fucking got one.
Yeah.
And he was great.
Yeah, he
ruled as
absolutely.
the Gotham Joker.
Yeah.
And he's ruled in every role I've seen him in.
Cal Kestis from the Star Wars Jedi video games.
The bits I've seen of Shameless, he was fantastic. And
Yeah.
he's always super, super good. Your casting's way better than mine. Great. And he's right there.
He was
on set.
He's already in the suit. He is on set and he is in the same wardrobe. He's in the same wardrobe.
I mean, I really hope every day the director was like, what the fuck was I
What the
thinking?
fuck did we do?
He was right there.
The director with a crowbar around the corner being like, if I just hit Jared Leto good once as he comes around this corner.
What if I just I Tanya'd you? What if we just did a full I Tanya?
We could just slide Cameron Monaghan right into that role real quick.
Oh no.
Ooh, oh no, Jared Leto. Anyway, we gotta start rolling. Cameron, you're in. Just right, he's right there. He's already in the same costume.
Love it.
Let him play, coach.
Let him in, coach.
We've done it.
We've done it. I think that's great.
Terrific. Well, we've fixed it. Thank you very much for listening to all of our wonderful listeners. We appreciate you, especially when we dunk on a movie. Next week, we will be back and we will be talking about Barbarian, because let's get some spooks and scares in. It's October. Let's
get a little spooky. We really loved Weapons by the same director. We were like, what else has this guy done?
So let's talk about that. We're going to talk about that next week. And as well, we will remind you, if you're in the Halifax area, we are going to be at Halifax Comic Con from November 6th to 9th. We will be paneling. Diana will have a table, so come by, get a copy of Sex Lives from Superheroes signed and delivered right to you, fresh off the presses and hands of Diana McCullum. I will be moderating the celebrity panels, and as well, if you're looking for evening entertainment off con, on the evening of Friday, November 7th, I will be headlining a comedy show at Good Robot in Halifax with some incredibly talented comedians, with Luba Magnus, Jordan Foisey, and Claire Belford. Incredibly talented. They performed at multiple festivals. Work on This Hour is 22 minutes. A really good show, top to bottom. Tickets are available at andrewime.com, or there's a link in the show notes as well.
Yeah, Halifax is your only chance to see Andrew and both of us, so don't miss it.
Daytime options, nighttime options.
We got all the options.
We're around. And in the meantime, if you want to get a hold of us, you can find me online at Ivimey, Ivimey.
You can find me at Words of Diana.
And you can find both of us most places at From Superheroes. Or check out everything we create at FromSuperheroes.com. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.